We are live. So, guys, and it's impromptu live, but I want to check out if things are not broke when I've moved rooms. I might have a video to play that I'm currently, well, I've finished. It's a short one. So, can people just give me an heads up? Put in if you can hear me. That's always a blessing to some. So, just let me know in the chat. Every time I touch the mic, sometimes it goes off. So I don't want to touch it, and we always lag on here. Table seems more creaky in here anyway. I don't know what it is. So we have a few people in. That's always good. I hope everyone is well. But hey, just comment in the chat that you can hear me. Terry has just said, "Here, can you hear me?" Oh, loud and clear. Right, so I want to try. Let me just see if I can play the intro for BlackSheep Talks. Then I know when I play the video that I've just done, people can hear it. I've not used this, and this is updated since I've last done a live. And I'm planning to do more lives. I might even do a weekly thing and get more into it. So let's just see if I can play this now. So video files. If I get a video file, will it let me play my intro? Let's see if it does.
Yeah, they call me the black sheep. You know they call me the black sheep.
How dare you!
Right. There's no way out.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
A responsible owner does what they need to do.
Pretty big bunny, huh?
Hey, it's Doug.
I just like hot dogs.
Get that fat pig off the couch.
The job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs.
These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. This is the weave, a little weave. If he suggests, I'd like to have you for dinner, don't go.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
So just let me know, did people hear that? If so, that is my achievement for the day. Let me know, did you hear that? Oh God, I wasn't sure if people would hear that. So there we go. When you start using yeah, I think people heard it. Oh, that's an achievement. Oh, please. Yes. That's it, guys. I'm going now. I've learned to do that. So if anyone wants any questions answered or anything, talk about anything, please just say in the chat and I'll bring it up and I'll try and answer it. What I'm going to do also, guys, is play you a new short video that I've made. And it's intriguing. And I have to say a big thank you to Exodus, who put in the comments, had I heard this? And I hadn't heard about this place. So there's about 17-minute video that we're going to include in the video today. And if people enjoy it, I will then re-upload it. But if you don't, at least I can include it in this. So I'll give a good shout out to people who want to have a drink. So we have Sojourn 137. We have Visionary Vet, Experimental Elemental, Flat Reflection. He just changed then. R2 Me Too. I love that name. Guitar Bear, Dr. Who's in the house, or he might have gone over. Obviously, Sambino, aka Sam Carno, Sirius, Free Press, She Quills. We said Free Press. Who else is still in here? My friend from Russia, which I can't pronounce. I'd like to know what that means in English. Teddy Davis and anyone else who wants a nice little shout out. So the purpose today, guys, we'll just have a quick catch up. It's been a while since I've done a live, and if people want to, I will do more lives and actually have topics to actually talk about and prepare things. You know what I mean? So, and we could go like Doctor Who's saying, I'll put that up on the chat if I can actually see it get working. He's always trying to encourage me to do different things. Jenny Sparks in the house. Hopefully everyone's all right. Yeah, could do. Put all videos, go through them, talk about them, different things. I'm planning on to do a lot more now, and just build a flock up again. I do all right, but you know, a lot of people don't get notifications anymore, especially if you don't see it live that often. You're wondering what it is. And other people are going live at the same time. So I'll be doing lives different times of the day for everyone. Awesome to catch you live. What's up, Paul? Love your work. It's been synchronistically spot on. Well, it's always good when people enjoy the content. What do you think about Jesus being hung on a tree, not crucified? Over the years, I've saw different evidence of hung on an X, hung on a Y, a Furka cross, hung on a tree. I've heard so many different accreditations from people in the know, you know, if I say that loosely, but you know, scientists, whatever they want to call themselves, bring out a different type of theory onto what he was crucified on. Sambino. It's better than Samantha. Well, you brought it up. I'm just going to catch up. For some reason, it's gone up there. The soothsayer, we are dancers in vibration is to come. Who are we? I don't think anyone will ever grasp what I say on a whole. I'm like that thing. You either like me or you don't, or you can't even understand me. That's one thing. I get too excited. London's in the house. I get too excited about anything and simple things. You know what I mean? Jimbo's in the house. So soon I will show you that video. We'll talk about it, see what you guys think. It's intriguing. Again, more things that you just don't know that's going on in this realm. There's so much stuff that we don't know. And if you don't get a helping hand to go and go down that direction, you will never know. And that's just what I love, but also hate about this community. You know what I mean? People are so steadfast sometimes on what they believe in that they don't take into account you or your feelings. You know, with vibrations after the end, like a lot of people are talking about, because we vibrate. It's as simple as that, you know. But people go out the way to be. If you think about it, there's so much negativity and evil in this world. And people take the easy route and become that. You know, I want to stand out. I want to be me. I'm more happier than, you know, I'm a happy person. I want good things for good people to happen. But people just want to be evil. It's the easy way out for me. It's hard being on the good side, as they say. You know, there should be a balance, but it's not a balance at the minute. That foundation, it rings a bell. That's the one with thingy Harrison in it, Richard Harris's son. I can't remember his name. I think I started to watch it. But things with me, when I watch anything, as soon as I watch something, I get ideas, and then I forget what I was watching. Then something else comes along. We're always in the now. See something, say something. See something, say something, says, I really believe we have been deceived on a very large scale. I think 1,000 years of Christ's reign happened approximately 2,000 years ago. Satan released around 1776, in my opinion, of course. And that's always good to say. When people say it's my opinion, not state it's fact. I think of it this way, and this is how I just always look at it. And again, my opinion. But you just walk into a library and you've been given a guide, like the Dewey Decimal thing, to go look where books go. And at the minute, a certain guide is sending you to one location for an answer on a topic, and anything else that's send you to another location to give you a different opinion is frowned upon, classed as a cult or hidden or dark or satanic, all that. Yet who was the one to set the goals of that? And that's what I always think. Everything in here in this realm, is it subjective? You know, is there a different? There's always something different. And like I always say, why and who is the judge but ourselves? We judge it, and then you get a mass of people who then judge what's good for the people. And it's very hard to take in when it's done by mob rule. If you get your JJ Recons in the house, Mackenzie, yeah, look at it as a story. You have the author that's written it, and then someone else will do a review of the book and publish that, and things get lost. And it's people are using stuff in history. I always go back to this when people start talking about Pythagoras and things like this, and how many books did he write? How many scrolls did he write? 0. So where's all the information? And if it was done orally, it's like Chinese whispers. It will change down the line. And all the sacred stuff would be kept hidden away from prying eyes or prying ears, which would be us. I'll let it fill up more, and then I'll start doing that. But I'll just answer questions and put people up on. Dusky's in the house. Ginger. Miguel Montoya. It's so funny that more people are starting seeing that 11 now. And more people are actually. It's funny when I said in my last video, not many people are looking at the 11, and next minute you see the synchronicity that people talk about, and you're getting it in all directions. And you know, it's so funny. Just in time, Robert. People banging the questions, and I'll answer to the best of my ability. Jay's in the house, and then I want to show you that video. It's only 17 minutes. I don't know if you want it full screen on me peeking from behind. I don't know. I'll have to get some oil on this table. It's creaking even more. Yeah, so what if people just coming out? I want to start doing some small lives. Actually have topics like Doctor Who was talking about. I could go over old videos and see what people think of theories on it now. I'm open to a lot of suggestions. And I'll start getting people on and doing different things. You know me. I don't like change much, do I? And I take ages to do things because I like just going at my own speed. I'm so laid back. If I go quiet, it's because I'm reading the comments. Yeah, it's weird how them synchronicities, because it's like also that circadian clock inside you. You know, your body remembers, and you do things a lot of the same times and look at the clock. It's weird how them things come in, and it's not just like a coincidence as well, because people put it down to a coincidence, then say the coincidence doesn't exist. And you have a lot. I mean, think about it. It's only a few years back, people weren't talking about the doorway effect. You forget walking through a door, but what else is there? What else is there that we've not picked up on yet that's happening to us? Yeah, hopefully. I don't know what it is. People just don't seem to want to. You start communicating, talking in email, and then it goes cold. I don't know why. Netbone said, Paul, could I mention another YouTube? You might just put them in the comments, or better still, put it in, not in the chat, but in the comments after the video. Would you bang it in there? I was synchronicity. I asked Sam Bino the other day for some channels to watch. Sam will back me up on this. I bet he won't, the bar stool. But yeah, just put them in the comments, put them in the chat, and I'll take a look. But the slow, and then there's me. So when people's ready, I will put that video on. I don't know about the sound, because I don't. You heard that first one, all right? Oh, that's an interesting question. I think them changing our timelines changes the vibration of each timeline. When you think about it, when they change the clocks forward and backwards, it knocks me for six, I'll be honest, because my body clock is so used. So if your body clock is so used, you doing one thing, then they're changing the hours. And if you do that on a mass level, you knock a lot of people off. But yeah, you also got time zones for a reason as well. Right, let's see if this works. Let me if I can get it in. Right. Video file. Hopefully you guys found it interesting. It's not like a long, deep one. It's just like to the point type of thing. As soon as it comes up, it'll play. There you go, guys. Right, guys, this is going to be a very short video, but you might be wondering, what's it about? The town that forgot 12. And you'll find out now. But I want to say a big thank you to Exodus, who watched my last video on 11 or L11 and said, hey, Paul, have you heard of this town in Switzerland called Solothurn? And I went, no. So we give it a quick check, and wow. So this is going to be a quick video just showing you about this little town. And you'll certainly understand why when I show you, well, not show you, when I read out from this website. I'm just going to read it out, and you can read what I'm going to read. And you'll be like, no way. Yes. So we're going to begin this journey, and I'm going to show you a couple of old maps of Solothurn or Solothurn. And you can see the first one is basically like a bastion, a fort, a castle, a keep. Basically the defensive wall all the way around the town. Now on the second map, I think this was dated 1650, it actually morphs into what is known now as a star fort. Now it's intriguing, and I've done a few videos on these type of scenarios, these star thoughts, and give a different interpretation of them. So if you want to go and check them out, I think they're still on my channel somewhere. But I had to look at this place, this town's etymology, or as I like to call it, spell etymology. And it starts to reveal something that's intrigued me for the last few years. So here goes. So the name Solothurn originates from the Roman name Salodurum, which was a Celtic settlement. The Celtic root durun means gate or fort. So now you can see why it's a gate or fort. But the gate is your big clue for why this town is special. And it blew me away. So as soon as I saw gate, and then what you're going to see next when I'm reading on the website, you'll go, aha. So they say it likely refers to a personal name of a local river god. Therefore, Salodorum. Subsequently, there we get there. Solothurn can be interpreted as Sal's fort. But why have the gate bit in? And now I know why. So here you go, guys. I'm going to read that from that website. I think it's from BBC Travel blog or something. And you can see why it's exciting me. So now you know why the town forgot 12. Because this Swiss town is obsessed with the number 11. Go figure. And obviously number 11 represents a doorway or a gateway. And that's why the etymology went, when I saw it. So as you can see from here, this is, and I'll try and zoom in for you, but this is obviously a fountain, but you can see it's got an elf on it. And that's a clue, because as someone was saying, and as I've said it briefly in other videos, in German, elf or elv is 11. So, for more than 500 years, Solothurn has fostered a puzzling relationship with the number 11. So, on a recent morning at precisely 11 o'clock, a person was waiting in silence outside the entrance to the Baroque town of Solothurn, clock watching at 12. We need to be at our 11-hour clock, she said, all aflutter upon my arrival. 11 was the most auspicious time to meet in the city. She emailed a few days prior, but it was equally important for us not to be late for midday. We had to hurry. So crossing a footbridge over the Aare River, she cut left of Klosterplatz, pressing on past an 18th century warehouse, rushing to a place that would reveal much about the history and extraordinary obsession of this little known town in the shadow of Switzerland's Jura Mountains. For hidden in plain sight on the west wall of an investment bank, surprise, surprise, is a wall-mounted clock. And it is a key to curiosity unknown even to most Swiss. The clock with its 11-hour dial and number 12 missing, and I'll put an image on screen and I'll carry on reading now and you can just see what's intriguing. So the 11-hour dial and number 12 missing is a confusing anomaly to any unsuspecting passerby. But make no mistake, it is no accident. When it's 11 cogs turn to chime, it's 11 bells. Curiosity of a harlequin dutifully striking a hammer at random times of 11, 12, 5 and 6. The metalwork sculpture performs the Solothurner Liad, the city's unofficial anthem. The clock doesn't just tell the time, albeit in a puzzling way. It helps reveal the town's fascinating with the number 11. And I'll show you a quick little video on it now so you can see. And you can see an image of a part of the town. The number 11 can be found throughout the town of Solothurn, Switzerland. So, Solothurn was founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago, but forgotten by many visitors today due to its proximity to a nearby capital, Bern. It is a town preoccupied with the 11. It is neither a gimmick nor the result of a coincidence. And the town is home to 11 churches, 11 chapels 11 fountains, 11 towers, 11 museums, an astonishing architectural ensemble. The collective range from the 15th century to today. Some are time-worn and antiquated. Some, in the case of Enter, which is like a museum devoted to computers and technology, are resolutely modern. More often than not, bemused visitors do little more than gaze at the oldest building in the city, the astronomical clock. And here's an image of that so you can see it on the screen. All set about with golden stars, orbs and moving figures of a king, a knight and a skeleton. But I want to delve deeper. For her part, the person who's talking about in the post, in the blog, doesn't claim to be any kind of expert numerologist, only an enthusiast. Her authority on the subject comes from growing up in a town and being happy to share the knowledge as a historian. This story will never die, she told me as we watched the 11-hour clock finish its chimes. But now we must get going. You still have to see our numerical masterpiece. Heading down Jurgengasse or Jews Street, past a striking building once home to the Blacksmith Guild, one of the town's 11 medieval societies. So you can see why, just from this first view, it's intriguing. It was not long before we reached what we was talking about, the magnificent cathedral of St. Ursus, resplendent in midday sunshine. And I found an image, and you can see even the midday sun or sun the dusk hits. I just thought it was nice and I had to include it. Me looking in, Ursus is Latin for burr, so that's another intrigue. Here the number 11 is alive in the magnificent heritage site at an almost inconceivable level. It was built somewhat predictably in 11 years and conceived by Italian architect Gaetano Matteo Pisoni, who impregnated the building with a multitude of symbols and signs. The cathedral hints at some cryptic element in the process of its creation, but also has numerical sequences that ultimately add up to something far more powerful. 11 represents the dream of trying to attain something better. Standing in front of its Romanesque facade, what strikes the onlooker is its calculated brilliance behind the cathedral's frame. There are 11 rows of steps, followed by another 11, then a third set, adding to 33, but in sets of 11. There are 2 classical fountains flanking the staircase, one of Gideon and one of a devil-horned Moses. Again, 2 representing the doorway, the gateway, the L11. There are 11 doors, while the structure's height is split into 3 parts, but coincidentally of 11 metres each, and it is all dominated by the 66 high belfry. That this tower hides a carillon of bells just shy of a dozen should come as no surprise. Yes, 11 bells. Pisoni ran riot with the idea. As if still bewildered by the concept after all these years, he was ordered by the government at the time to include the number 11, and he did, everywhere. Even one of the altars is made from 11 types of marble. Anywhere else, the town's cathedral would hum with the chit-chat of visitors. Not here. It is as if Solothurn has fallen out of history and been forgotten. Inside, it was just me, my guide, and the echoes of our footfalls crossing the nave as we walked to the 11th flagstone, laid at the heart of the building and the only place from which you can see the cathedral's 11 altars. I noticed the pews were also arranged in rows of 11. And as you can see from what you saw before, the clock, the 11-hour clock, is made from 11 cogs and 11 bells. Everyone in Solothurn knows this story, of course, but no one can remember exactly how or why their hometown became so obsessed. A folk legend speaks of its magical, and this is what got me as well, a folk legend speaks of magical elves coming from nearby Weissenstein mountain to heartened the town's inhabitants, who worked hard but never prospered. The adoption of the number 11, or elf in German, was the townsfolk's tribute to their saviours. Or so the tale goes. And obviously, most places will go with, it's like a science-based, not folklore tale or myth. But you can imagine some elves or people coming in and saving the town. A far more reasonable explanation is the number's biblical connotations, with many Solothurn's inhabitants deeming 11 to be a holy number and prophetic. In numerology, 11 is considered the most intuitive of all numbers, commonly associated with faith and physics. But the beliefs held by the faithful at the Cathedral of St. Ursus are equally compelling. There were 12 apostles, but 11 represents the dream of trying to attain something better. Closing the door behind us and heading back into the daylight, for us it symbolises our never-ending pursuit of perfection. It is a cipher for hope. Cipher, and as you remember my old video, cipher, Lucifer. And as you can see, that is the Cathedral of St. Ursus, which has 11 altars, 11 doors and 3 flights of 11 stairs. So, if religion is one of the strands of Solothurn's numerological DNA, geopolitics is another. Throughout history, further echoes of the number can be traced back to the late Middle Ages, without having to look too hard to find a pattern. In 1481, Solothurn became the 11th canton of the Swiss Confederation, and by the 16th century, the canton had been divided into 11 protectorates. So we're coming to the end, but as I'm researching this video and looking at this cathedral, the coordinates, its longitude, latitude and that, catch my eye. I'm going to put them on the screen now. What do you see, guys? But the first two, 47, is it latitude? Or it might be longitude. Is a 4 and 7 equals 11. So come on, guys. What, surely the odds on that we're talking about a town ingrained with the 11, from folklore to mythlore to just reality. It's a town that forgot 12 and its location is an 11. That just blew me away. So that cathedral at St. Ursus, the Burr, it's not always been what you can see on the right. It has been altered, and I found an old image on the left of how it used to be, but it got destroyed by an earthquake, they say. So later on in its history, it got redesigned, as we know, to incorporate all these 11s. But that in itself was damaged to a little earthquake on the 11th of August 1853, something like that. And it just wow, just so that it happened to be redone again on the 11. The place that took 11 years to build. But again, another ironic in regard to an 11 and connected to the god of the 11s is that in January 2011, a guy basically set fires in the church, and I'll show you a little article there, causing a lot of damage, so it had to be redone again. It's just funny, all these 11s. It's got to be a pure coincidence. So guys, let's just finish off now and with the rest of the video. There's not much long. I'm just making a nice little short video to start off in this, me looking at this town, Solothurn. What more, the first time the number is mentioned back in 1252, the guilds, there was 11 of them that voted for the town's council, elected 11 members. It is impossible to fully understand the mindset of the medieval Solothurn, but the number comes naturally to the town now. It is especially fascinating to learn that children enjoy a special celebration on their 11th birthday. And a bakery now in its 100th year has aptly named 11 Eye Chocolate Bar. The abstract concept has become an opportunity swiftly seized by the town's flagship brewery, and that is called Ufi Beer, which means 11 beer. And you can just see an image there of it. So what else is there? I think that's it, guys. Right, I'll finish up and then that'll be it because it's only meant to be short, but you can see why it's intriguing me. A town obsessed with 11. A town that forgot 12. There we go, guys. The town that forgot 12. And it's just so funny that obviously it's a synchronicity when people are watching videos and content. You remember things like this. And it was just a comment in my last video that, hey, there's a town obsessed with 11. And it just keeps building this story that 11 is important. And, that's all I can do, keep showing these things. Other people keep showing it to show, just intriguing. It just, I'm not that obsessed with myself. I think, well, it's not everyone is going to get it, obviously, you know what I mean? But it's just weird how these so-called allies think. The so-called people in power trying to get this, because obviously one by one, I just call it 11 to tie it in. People have talked about it many times in my videos, the elves, but obviously because it's tied to the name in German elf. We're in different realms. They tell us there's 11 realms our brain can understand. All our eyes, you name it, I've showed it. When will people see what we see? Once you see what we see, it's kept and stored, like I keep telling you, like we keep telling each other. It's amazing, and one time you cringe, I mean, I used to go and comment in people's chats and say things, and straight away you get people on you. They don't like this type of stuff passed about. Everything should be passed about, because what is the truth? You know what I mean? So I'm just going to read your comments now for a bit, guys. Please put any questions in or anything that's intriguing you, anything that's taking your fancy, and I'll put it up on here. It's just so weird, this reality, in it. But I keep trying to progress it. No, not. No, or should I say no dot not? No dot not. I don't know. But nice name. Everyone gets a bad rep. There's also soldiers, there's also fall guys. You name it. What is correct? This is what I always try and put into this conversation. We're not allowed to take information from the so-called allies, but then we use them or their information. That's why I treat it as information. Or if isn't that the riddle? It's a long time since I've heard that. God knows what we are. I keep changing it every week. Sometimes I want to say that we are special, we're unique. Other times I'm like, no, we're in a similar. I keep changing. I will be honest, because I see different information each time, and it makes me think. And what it makes me think is it all imagination based. We manifest our surroundings. That's why they're trying to control us to keep this. Like we've had a hex put on us, like. Thank you. Okay, I'll go. Anyone else new in the chat? We'll go. Oh, Deserter is coming now. I think everyone else is the same. No, not as also. I just love it when you guys give me your time. It means so much, especially when I do an impromptu like this. But I'll start building up. I'll start doing more. It just, you know what I mean. I find it hard, and when you've been doing things all day, you don't want to come on here. I'm not. I mean, when I'm unhappy, you can tell I'm unhappy. When I'm happy, you can tell I'm happy. Nothing gets hidden by this face. I just love reading your comments. Someone could be just tuning in, goes, why is that guy not saying out? I know, but I will do. I'll show you people if you can see on the screen. Let me just get it up so you can get it. Because I know people sometimes want to know different things. Right, where's it gone? The screen's gone. The screen's gone. What have you done, Paul? Share screen. There we go. Click on it. That would be helpful. For everyone who wonders what happens to my videos when I'm making it. So if you can see on the screen here, you can see there's videos upon videos that I've made. Can you see? Everything is on here. All the videos that I've made. Some of the older ones I've not because I didn't have this device, but you can just see how crazy I am. There's videos that has got me banned, but you can just see everything is on here. It's crazy how much you can fit on things. There you go. So you can just say that's all the videos. That's mad, isn't it? Oh, I'll have to get some more as well. Sir Johnson has said, I can't not tell you how many dots you have helped me connect. Thank you, Switzerland Heinz much. There is a reason the Vatican uses Swiss Royal Guard. That's a very good point about the Swiss Royal Guard. I think the last time we did a video on Switzerland, it was about CERN and the Gotthard Tunnel. And obviously the ceremony with the horn guy, and people talk about horn, they go straight to Baphomet, but they forget to tell you that he also goes by the name of Janus. Crazy, isn't it? But again, that's just when we see things, that's what we see, or I see. And you guys know me, I regularly keep myself in check. Like, do I see this? Is it worth me doing a video on this? And if you notice, I try not do stuff like reaction to the news and stuff like that, because I don't, I leave that to better people. Mine are just the videos that get you to sleep. But we all connect each other's dots. And that's why I try and say thank you in the videos if I try and remember to people that's given me the information that pointed me in that direction. And that's what people don't forget is when we put videos on here, it's not like I'm coming up with this. It's like the first time I've seen it, so I'm revealing it to myself and showing you guys that, hey, I've seen this. That is on a portable. I don't know if you can't see it. All that. Can I just get it up into screen? A portable hard drive. Nothing's on my computer. There you go. Watch all the computer crack now. I used to be good at technology, but you know, I just go in here when I need to. But yeah, so if people in the comments, people in the chat, you can write in there, put channel names that you want me to take a look at, options for doing stuff. You know, I will take it on board. Whether I do it or not, it's a different question, because you know what I'm like. Yeah, I remember that a few years back about CERN. But well, most of you guys will know. Where's it gone? There you go. What I find funny is people talk about CERN all the time and different things and opening up portals. Yet they don't tell you that Janos goes by another name, Cernunnos. So the god of doors and portals has another name called Cernunnos. The place that's supposed to be opening up portals is named CERN. Some of us will put these dots together and call it a conspiracy. FR33 man, Freeman. I'm assuming that's what it is. Nice to see you or her. But there's loads. If you're banging, it's just next door. Hopefully you can. Hopefully it doesn't go through too much. But yeah, think about it. These things. You have people that say CERN are not doing anything, and that might be the case. But you also have to say, yes, it might be doing something, because if you think about it, if like they say, because I can't prove it, you just have to go what people say. If we are frequency, we're vibrating, and this is oscillating, creating a temporal rift or frequency changing through us with sound or a vibration at a certain level, who knows what's going on? You know, you think about it, Three Fingers, Jim Hunt, we just don't know what's going on. And you also have the other, because, and this is what gets me, we have a community, you know, I call it a community, because we're not together. There's pockets of people who are open-minded, like majority of us in the chat, will acknowledge people and accept we have a different opinion. Then you have other people that will state things, and if anyone else doesn't believe that, you are gatekeepers. And you know what I mean? So we're not together. Then you have people infiltrated, but I believe we do it all ourselves. We infiltrate ourselves. You know, we don't appreciate the difference. So people just, you know, sending questions or anything. I mean, is Satan a being? Is it a person? Is it a frequency? Is it a fallen angel? Is it a mistranslation? There's just so much information out there on any topic that leaves you confused. There's people who won't look at anything because it's classed as Gnosticism. You're in a no-win situation. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. And like I said, I'm open, probably too open sometimes on all topics. And just sometimes I don't see the reason of being insulting, because that's a cop-out. But there is so much intrigue out there. It's like, is that what we're here for? You know, like I'm constantly saying. You know, because I know nothing. I really don't. I wing it. I contradict myself because I'm always ever learning. I want to change my opinion when I see something else. And again, is that tied into this realm of our thought, the magic inside that we can change it around us? But then again, we have a lot of us in situations where we don't really want to be in because life is treated us bad. Are we manifesting that? Are we being kept down? There's this. You say one thing, you can always find a plausible answer for it, and a contradictory one. And it's again, what is just going on? Well, as you know, the 11th star is Aquarius. One of it is, isn't it, Capricorn or something like that? There's another goat head was the 11th month and got moved to the first month. And they took days in September. There is so much. You know what I mean? People talk about the age of Aquarius and different things. All astrology and things like that there's a lot to go in that, and I don't know hardly anything on that. Just when I look into a specific topic, that's when I start, it is concerning. Well, like I said, isn't it Halal Ben Shara? And it got changed to Lucifer and mistranslated. So you think about it, it's just things sometimes stick. Like the saying, is it mud sticks? You know what I mean? So anything that's happened to you in your life, sometimes falsely, it always seems to stick. And that is a lot with... Yeah, that's what I brought up in one of the old videos. Say something about Noah. Obviously, Noah's in charge of the waters above and waters below. And another name for Noah on Janice was Noah. So, you know what I mean? And the so-called edge of space, the Kármán line, adds to 11. But there's just, again, it's not me saying, 11 is definitely important. 11 is just the doorway, the gateway. And they love to use it. They have to create a bridge. So when you're creating realities around us, you need a point A, point B, point C, and so on. So you have to go through them. And some people believe in God, some people believe in Jesus, some people believe in the Bible. There's a wide range of people in this reality. Jonah and the whale. But yeah, because Jonah is just another name for Janice, like Johan, which is like an anagram, isn't it? Johan. And again, that was one of the biggest discoveries of my life. I'm like you guys, we've all heard, and we always see on social media, every time it's near Christmas, you get, oh, did you know January was named after Janus? We all get it. We've all seen it forever. But when you start looking into things, if, for instance, I could type something straight away and you can't find a link. But then when you start typing these anomalies in and getting the information, again, in all my videos, I don't state it's a fact. I just state it's opinion on this is the information I found. People to this day still don't get how I do the videos. I use the information that I find, and I show you. I show you how bad, and Pete, you can't make everyone happy. For a long time, people were messaging me, Paul, will you just do a Chinese video without showing me the information so we can send it to people, to get them intrigued in it? I did that. And the same people were messaging me back saying, well, it's inaccurate, this information. You're not showing you the information where you've got it from. I'm like, you just asked for it. Go figure. And people just don't want to be happy with what you show them. Again, I always say, don't take my information as facts, because it's not. The information that we get is from books or the webs or your general knowledge theory, but it's all influenced by your surroundings and people that you know. It's just a sort of crazy place. And that's just one thing I've never ever got my head around is the social media thing. It's not used in the right way. And because of the so-called anonymity, people go straight back to that evil side of treating you like shit. I've just never got that. I really don't. Why would you want to hurt someone else that you don't know? Because it's all spells. So if you are a basic, half-decent person who can research, you would know this realm is spells. And it sticks and it causes damage. So why would you go out your way to hurt someone? That just shows you your soul. And you have the gaslighters, people in the truth and community, the narcissists, who then make it out like it's you. Oh, if you wear a t-shirt or you got something, you're this. And they're the people who go out there to make your life hell. It's like, why wouldn't you? Life's shit. And we have to grab anything that's good. It keeps us afloat. It keeps us going. When I've had a hard day and someone comments and it's something lovely in the comments, I go, God, you know what? That just makes me just feel so much better. Do you know what I mean? And why would you just go to that? You take an easy road out. Like you guys, if I'm eating something and it don't taste nice, I don't eat it. I put it in the bin or recycle, whatever. But people seem to carry on eating it and then complain to you. And, I just don't get it. I've never got around to it. It's like I said, I think it's the easy, it's being a bully, it's the taking the easy route. And it's like being a little kid. Being a man, being a lady is harder. Showing respect to other people, treating people with dignity. Life's shit. Why treat each other like shit? And you're just showing your baseline character. I fell into that theory, looking at things. And again, you'll see people in communities and Tartaria and things like this and mud flood and, if there was flooding and coming up. Well, what if we're actually under it? And it's just layer after layer. It would just make sense. And that's why I started that series, looking at that through etymology. I mean, it's just how your interpretation. To someone, it's a cavern. To others, it's a burial chamber. There's that double-sided in everything. I love your show. How you show me things I would never see. Jackie, your comments, everyone else's comments, do the same. You are showing a reality that I've not saw, and it's like the video that I've just showed you in the video, the town that 12 forgot. I mean, come on, that's a full out an agenda by a town to show you the 11. And like everything in life, it's not evil, it's not happy, it's what you make of it. Could it be it was elves? What are elves? We're all told elves are pointy-eared things because of TV and film. Like we're saying in my videos about the eyes. We see a certain frequency, see a certain light range. If you're in a different light range, and obviously you are vibrating at a different frequency, you could just walk straight through me. I wouldn't see it. I could feel it sometimes because people feel it on the back of the neck. But there's so much, I call it shit, but information gold out there that I just do not know whatever's going on. Are we actually in control? But that's a question that someone I heard. I don't know where I heard it lately. People in a cell don't realize they're in a prison cell. Do you know what I mean? And this is like what we've come to now. We've been controlled left, right, and centre. We then put restrictions in our community under ourselves. You're not allowed to do this if you follow that person. Honestly, I could go and talk to someone, do a video with someone, and hold my hands up 100%. And it really does. I'm like, that's why I've not really done much over the years, because I'm just tired of the bombardment of people saying, well, he's a shill. He's in it just for the money. She is, he is, she is, she is. And you're like, you know what? I'm just not make anything, because my time I want to spend with family. What free time? I love meeting you guys and talking to you guys. But when you do videos with people seem under the impression that you're best buds and you're moving in the next day. No, it's just a meeting of minds going over a certain topic. Yet people think you're best buds. And you share what that person think. The times I've been trolled because I've done a video with someone, and it's like, am I not allowed to? If ever people's wondered why I don't have many lives with people on this channel, it's because of the constant abuse. And people want me to take sides. But if people show me respect, I'll talk to anyone. Paul from Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? It's, everyone's had some form of trauma. I've had it a lot. And life is hard, And what my life is doesn't mean it's harder than your life. That's all unique to us, unfortunately. Well, think about it this way, visionary, like when you're talking about the owner open the door wide. What door? What door? Because we supposedly, we have a door. And if you go off what the Bible says, it has a protector, which I showed you in the last video. You can call it Jesus, God, whatever, a bouncer, security. And are they trying to decalcify the guard so they can get through that door to use the power that's within us? Are we not that unique? Is this just a husk? Is this just a body? Is this just a vessel carrying liquid and a soul? Or what is a soul? Elven bloodlines is another good plausible thing. But don't say that. Don't say that, Doctor Who. Side with the truth when you know what I call the truth. I'm open to talk to most people. If for instance, I want to on a show and you talk to me civil, I'll be civil. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a type of person is, if I'm unhappy, you can see it straight away. I might come across as professional, but you can see it in my face. I just want to. It's like now I'm picturing you guys all sat around the fire, just chilling. Someone says something, and you just have a laugh. Someone will burp, you laugh. Someone farts, you burp, you laugh. I'm just casually chilling. Paul, that's a lot of crap that what you're talking about, probably, and then fart or something. So this is just how I want good laughs. But we're all told you can't do this, you can't do that. You have to do it this way. You can't do it this way, because if you do it that way, you're the devil. We're just not good on each other. Angela is eating potato salad. Would you like to know what I had for my lunch? Fresh spaghetti bolognese. Bolognese, I love it. But I have it, slightly different. Some people have it different ways. I like mine with meatballs. So come on, guys, get the questions in. You've got me for another 20 odd minutes. But I will be back. I'll be back. I'll start doing more live. So, I don't like to promise and not deliver. So if I say I promise, it's going to happen. And obviously, I use StreamYard. You only get 20 hours a month. So that'll have to equate into what I do. So if anyone's just joining me in the video, I've showed you a quick short video that I've done. I've not looked at elven bloodlines because what is an elven? This is no quote you. This is me. Tell me what an elven bloodline is. You know, what is an elven bloodline? Is it a specific bloodline? You know, I don't know what, you know, and I just, it's like when people say, oh, well, go to this for information. I wouldn't want people want to use what I say as a fact or anything. There isn't time. The first when did the Sumerians in so-called invent that time, which I always just say is emit. We emit it, that energy. Black Sheep, do you believe in firmament or the Earth wobble theories? I don't believe in it. I was going to say, remember that song? I believe in miracles. Where are you from? It changes. What's so funny is people don't realize I was, people don't believe in flat Earth and different things and like that. I was in that community just observing and interacting with people when it wasn't popular many moons ago, and people in that people laud as the people at top use all the information that I was posting, and got labelled the black sheep. Hence why I became the black sheep researcher. But I've done etymology of firmament in videos. I've then gone to a cave just because that's what the information showed me. It seems to fit everyone's model. But I've even done spell etymology on model. You name it, I've done it, but doesn't mean it's correct. Is the soul at your feet? Is it in your ass? Because that's why they defecate it. Is it in your sacrum? Why call it sacred? That's where you can create. Is it in your heart? Is it in your different levels of chakra? Is it in your gut? I wouldn't know. Is it all of you? Is it where the blood flows? Do we actually keep it in this body? There's just so much information I just don't know. Again, like we we're just saying, I've done so many videos on it. The cave, a cavern, a chamber, a holodeck. Is it a simulation? Is it an organic simulation? Did we create this realm? Did we come into it on purpose? There's just so many. I change my mind constantly. I'm always hoping for something beautiful, but the current one is that we're in a realm, we're in a room, we're in a cavern, we're in a chamber. That's just what the etymology says, and that fits everything from being a cave. So it appears everywhere. Plato's cave, euthymism, saying, false light. Think about the sun. People believe there's more than one sun. Why do sun dogs happen? Because people show you glass bowls and people talk about crystal firmament. It's just so much out there. And again, that's what you should do. And see something, say something, please put it in the comments. All these other channels, so we can all have a look. I'm sorry that people can't put links in because I had to set the mods off because people were banning people. Thank you for coming. Means a lot. Sabertooth just come up with something interesting. Oh, well, why is he gone? Where's he gone? Or she gone? Because you just got to think about, why do they try and control us? For the OGs of the channel, some of the stuff I've talked about is mind-blowing to me. And you'll see all these people talking about this, and it's like, well, yeah, Paul was talking about it many, many years ago. We all help each other. We all inspire each other. But vocal cords, vocal, voice of God. It can open doors, it can shut doors, it can kill, it can create beauty. You say something beautiful to someone, you know, how many times have you said that? You know, it's like language. It's on one hand, it's really beautiful, and on the other, it can kill. Sam Carno's not been in the chat. He's been having his dinner or something. Because he's just popping up now after like 20 or 30 minutes. You've been out, my friend. You know, and just because I don't agree doesn't mean I very rarely agree with many things. It's like, I'll take it on board. Because if I agree today, I disagree tomorrow. Because something else will get me attention, or someone will describe it. Because that's what it is. You've heard that saying, haven't you? It's like, the truth hurts. Well, I've always said it shouldn't hurt if a thing called truth existed. It's the method. It's method of the delivery. You know, some of you guys can get things out more beautifully than I can. And when you say things, it's like, that does sound, you know, it's spot on. You know what funny is, and this is not you say something, see something, say something, but you will. Come on, guys, hold your hand up now. There's mine. How many channels have you heard him saying, yeah, you know, it's okay to be different. This is just my opinion. It's not, don't take what I say as fact. And then you say something, you get blocked, or you get banned, or they come at you like a thing. Well, you've been up there, oh, be loving to each other. And I say it constantly. You know, I say it all the time. Yeah, see, he's been eating Chinese. You always know when he's been eating, because he's quiet. He mustn't be able to type while he's eating. You know what I mean? I don't want people going around kumbaya and being loving to each other. You want that bit of both. It's if that comes across right, you know, that person. We all know that person. He walks into a room and you just look and this smile, and you forgot what was keeping you down. Then you have that friend that is just a sad sack. We all have one, and they just bring you down. You love them, but the constant dragging you down just takes a weight on you. But a sign of a good friend is you being there in the times when it's down. So I'm just looking for the comments. Angela's asked, have I looked into upward vector? I've not heard of that in that specific word, but I look into a lot of things. What gets me about people banning is how quickly you can get banned. You know, how quickly it becomes personal. I just don't know why it gets so personal straight away. You know, it's just strange how we treat each other. I've never got it. I look, Angela, I let things come to me, if that makes sense. You know, I could be 10 years behind you. Things come my way, you know, and I just let things happen. I don't rush it. That's why I'm so behind everyone. I'm that annoying person. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's just what I've always wanted. I wanted a place that people could come in and not let it get personal. If I can get my head above that, things get personal too quick, you know, and things get heated. And sometimes you do need a blowout, you know. But I treat this like you've come into my house. Like I've always said, you come into my house, I wouldn't have anyone talk to us. I could have a friend of 30 years, but if he talks to someone who I've just met, I won't have it. Not in my house. You can do what you want in your own house or outside, but in my house, you don't. You know, you have to treat everyone with respect. And I know people say you have to earn it, but we should have a baseline respect, a baseline level. And then if you earn more trust, you get more trust through your actions. But I will treat everyone like my friend until otherwise. What's funny is gets ant. If you spell it ent, it means giant. I know something's going on when things go quiet around you. You know something is going down. So I've got about 10 minutes left. Come on, guys, get the questions. And I know it's not an instructing video like everyone, and people talk and have everything planned. I will do more stuff like that. I ain't perfect by all means, and sometimes I can be a little weird, but that's just because I'm in my own head. You know, that's just what, you know, I just don't get it because life's like shit, isn't it? And people are in the chat, you know. You can disagree all you want, human. Doctor Who, I can just tell you that N is from Giant, but anything else you can do with it, you can. You know, I've put it in videos, but that information is wrong. But Ent is another word for giant. I don't know if it's tied to from a book. And what's his name now? He did Lord of the Rings. But Ent has stemmed from giant. Yeah, when things are quiet, you know, something's going down. It just went awful quiet around me. Tolkien, that would have been, yeah. I don't know if that's an influence on that Ent, because he did use Ent, and I know he made a lot of the language up, so-called, from elves and different things. I know the elven language he wrote was it based on Welsh, if I remember. I can't remember. But something, you know. I was always wondering about how birds chirp at certain times, because they don't see this reality like we do. They see it in a different colour, if I remember. Well, yeah, bang in the questions. We can always, and you know, Doctor Who now is going Googling that, don't you? You know, when people go quiet. That's always intriguing when people say they're in the bloodline. What bloodline? The bloodline that society accepts is superior to us. You know, because if you think about it, what information gets standardized in this reality, and like this is this, and it's like that is red. But then when you look into colors, we don't see colors. You know what I mean? So what is what? That's just one of the things that just really gets me. It's like what I thought I knew, I don't know. It just got completely spirals. A lot of people would say that, but I don't drink and I don't take drugs. But if people do that, that's their own business. I'm a strange one like that. What people want to do, surely, should be up to them. But you can look at it from a standpoint of view. The etymology of alcohol, like I was showing you in that video, does mean eating spirit or whatever it was. I eating spirit or whatever. You know, so what can I say on that? You know, again, you know, you get people saying you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't take drugs, but they've done it since the dawn of time. Time loosely used. Does that mean it's okay to do it? Who's the judge? Again, that's why I always say, who's the judge? What says? Is it a case of if you're on them substance and then you affect someone else because of that, then it would affect you and me. But, you know, and also giant is derivative of Gian, past tense giant. Oh God, some of the things we talk about, do trees poop? What do we class as poop? Is it a secretion? I'm sorry, they secrete like maple syrup, but is that something else? Yeah, everything you can see and labelled, you know, don't do this, but do that. And, you know, people have always fought, gone to war, especially when alcohol it does. People, there's either the happy drunk or the aggressive drunk. You know, does that take away your inhibitions and you fall into what you are? You know what I mean? But people should be allowed to do whatever they want. But then again, that's line. If you let anyone do whatever you want, does that affect you in your life? You know, there ain't no right and there ain't no wrong. That's another question I briefly talked about years ago in videos about curses. You know, it all depends on how you look at a curse. And I'm sure, like any of you, on a day when things go wrong, your attention span, you get more, oh, look at that, the world's against me. Things happen because you're not concentrating. Now, I've always thought, you know, because we're not concentrating, does that mean we're shifting the reality? You know, like, for instance, oh God, things are at me. You miss a glass and you knock it flying, it smashes. You then bang yourself on a hammer because you just, oh my God, what else can happen? It's like your face shift out of reality and you're not able to do anything. You're not able to concentrate. And then as people talk about ladies' period as being a curse, you know, the belief bit, the manifestation bit, like I always go back to, because the principle, you know, that old episode of Supernatural where they put a sigil, and that focuses people on manifestation powers to be able to create that thing. You know, so if we create what we speak, what would the imagination be? You know, and it's just so hard. So I've got 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to go. So come on, cramming as much in. But I have been blessed in the sense of you guys, you know, you do on a whole respect each other in the chat, knowing that you all have different opinions, and it's just so much. It's an easy feel. I've gone in some chats and it feels like you're scraping nails down the board, you know. So let's give people a shout out before I go. So you got Christine Buckley, Miss Honeybee, JJ Recon, Canadummy, See Something, Say Something, E. McWatt, Visionary Vet, Doctor Who else? Angela Baby, Carson, John, Gates 11, I've said Doctor Who, Jackie Wells, Williams, Canadummy, I said Biscuit 911, Karen, Hattleck Road, is that the Hackler Road? I can't read half the time. I have to get my other glasses on. I'm getting that old. Who are we? Still in the house. Gaudia, Gail, Goel, Elizabeth. Obviously Sambino. If he's not eating again. Nancy Hardwick as well. But yeah, I believe in a lot of things. But I'm open to... That sounds like hypnotized, don't it? I might have to do something on that, because we're always saying I'm open to suggestions. And again, does that leave you open to suggestion? Gino, Child of the Most High. Who are we? I am Mr. Migo. I'm getting older. I'm getting greyer and I'm getting more blinder. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like we're open ourselves. And it's funny because it is like just like a vessel, like we was talking. Remember the etymology of the vessel basically looks at the vessel, and it was just about holding liquids. Maybe that's the holy water, and that is the soul. Because I always go back to, and I'm a sci-fi geek, you know, for some like Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Odo, the shapeshifter, is that like our soul? It shapeshifts due to whatever is cymatics, and that the vessel is, you know, it's just holding this liquid in, this holy water, you know, even as semen, you know. Goblin Grundle, I'll be honest, I find it hard reading. I'm dyslexic really bad. So a lot of things that I don't like make up shit, but you know what I mean, comes from in here or a ear. I've got loads of books that I've tried to read, but as soon as I read something, you know, my mind starts racing, and then I go off on a tangent. Yeah, that's just what I feel about the soul. It's like holy water. Why hold that water in? You know, people could call it plasma. There's always someone that wants to better you. If I say, oh, it's holy water, no, it's plasma. Why is it plasma? How do you know it's plasma? A certain channel told me to. Again, that's just how we are. But we're constantly the next information, you know. And I just, you know, I've got things on my desk that keep falling down, and it's like, some OTD can't have it. Like, stay still. Do as you're told. Yeah, we're all programmed. Open to suggestions, hypnotized, programmed, and then that comes back to it. All sorts. So everything seems to be linked, doesn't it? And easily changeable. You know, I can say one thing, and people have looked into it. I haven't, that man. I don't even know which one we're up to now. That I'm assuming that's Matrix being made. I think. This is just my eclectic. I like just weird stuff and monsters and comics and just how I've always been. I didn't have, maybe some people can say you've not had a childhood, but I didn't have a childhood. So, you know, I had to grow up quick. And that's just how things are, you know, and these things make me happy. It's funny that when you see other objects, people say, oh, well, them, that's the devil, that's Satan to you. Remember that old analogy that I used to say, I could have a nice little kitten or a nice little teddy bear, but if someone's been programmed to hate that from an early age, or something horrific has happened to that person with that object, that stays with you for life. And that's why I don't condemn anything. What you think is evil does not mean it's evil to me. And I love just watching a variety of different things. I've done, where's it gone? It keeps moving. I did one, but it's a bit shit. Pardon me, French. I think if you go to Odyssey, see something, say something, type in the Black Sheep Researcher, they are the videos before I got deleted and changed to What the Flock, and then I come back. And there is I'm positive there's a video on there about the golden bloodline, in the sense of, is it null? And there's like only so many people in the world got it. I did do a short video on that, because in that, remember, I'm supposed to be going now, but in that video, if I remember right, there was only so many bloodlines, you know, the RH negative and different things, through different, you know, like Egypt, Samaria, and different things like that. And I put that in that video. I swear, I don't know if I had that on my phone somewhere. Still, I don't know, because like I said, I'm like, Sam won't mind me. We don't like changing phones much. Let's see if I can find it, because I'm on social media and then I'm not on social media, because I just don't want to waste my time, people. There we go. I'll try and show you on the screen. This was in the video that I did many, many years ago. And I'll just read out. There you go. If people can see it. The 4 main civilizations. So you had RH negative in Egypt and Mesopotamia. The Hindu Valley was ABO, and so was the Yellow River. That was some research I did many, many years ago. Right, I'll say adieu. Hidden Hand has just come in. See, there's a lot of things, you know, there's not, like, me and Dot 2, we agree and disagree on a lot of things. It's just an opinion. It's just facts that resonate with each one of us. You know, and this is no dig at anyone, but we all want to make ourselves more special than the next person. You know. So in just that video, from looking and researching, I just came across that information. I can't say if it's fact or correct. What's funny about because like Aboriginal means original, but it doesn't mean original the first. It means original to that. There's Aboriginals to each location that came from that original source, and then it gets obviously diluted because people move and move on. Because I was just intrigued in the 4 river valley civilizations. That they were like the original. You know, so please, guys, don't take this as a slant, but I will be going. But please put in the comments if you can just spare 10 seconds and just put the name of the channels in the link. Not in the link, in the link of the video when it's up. If it comes up. I'm a Black Sabbath fan. I like different types of music. I like some of the songs. I have a t-shirt around somewhere. I like different types of music, from instrumental to heavy metal to whatever that. Sometimes when I run to, I like a beat. You know, I've loved eclectic, good music. I like music that makes me emotional, makes me cry as well. You know, so I love different types of music. Right, I don't even know where that comment was, so I can take it off. I do. Yeah, I believe so. I've just heard it yesterday or today. But I just want you guys to appreciate people's different opinions, you know, because we all have our core beliefs. And I won't come on here and tell you guys that this is the only way, because it's not, you know. It could be anything. Anything could be a goal. That's why I treat everything, the information, as, you know, for instance, someone says something crazy. I'm like, okay, oh, that sounds nuts. But I'll look into it. And then like, damn, it does have a point. All information is like that. You can imagine every information as the original book. But then again, an author has an agenda. He wants to get a message out. You know, so hopefully everyone's enjoyed me talking and just reading comments out and giving me a part of your day, and me showing that clip. If anyone just joined, if you reverse it to about 10-minute mark, or it might be earlier, I did play a video talking about a town that's obsessed with the number 11, you know, and it was intriguing. What other delights are out there, you know, because we're all intrigued by different things. So I want to say goodbye. Thank you for giving me your time again. I'll try and get to your comments. Sometimes YouTube just don't let me see it. You know, that I'll click on it and it just disappears. So guys, till next time. I don't even know what day we're on. I think is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I'll see you soon, guys. I might be another live. I'll try. I might even have people on. I might, you know, I wanna pimp myself out. Is anything? Oh, I see. Before I go, it's anything you want it to be. It's a doorway. How you use that door. Do you want to walk through it? Do you want to run through it? Do you want to get kicked through it? Do you want to fly through it? Again, is this 11 like a normal door where you forget? There's just so much up to it, but it's not evil. Again, like anything, you know, doors are important. That's a threshold. That's the bridge between one reality and another place. So, till next time, stay safe. Always wear a smile. Don't let the barstools grind us down. And have an eventful and enjoyable evening or day or whatever you are in the world. And you matter, guys, and I love you lots. Take care. And don't go as bald as me if you can help it. Bye, guys. Bye. End stream.